From the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty West Coast, we greet you all a good morning, a good evening, whenever your timeline may fall. Time-appropriate greetings indeed to one and all. This is The Launch. My name is Chris.
And I'm Angela.
Hello, Angers.
Hello.
Here's a few things everybody should probably knows before we get going. We'd love it if you called us. You can do that at 774-462-5667. That's 774-462-5667. You can leave us a voicer. We'll play it on the show. We do it live. You can make it a vibe, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. UTC at jblive.tv, or in your podcasting tutor app of choice. We come out on a Wednesday morning, and we'd love it if you gave the weeklylaunch.rocks a visit for links and things like our Launch HQ Matrix chat room and whatnot, all linked at weeklylaunch.rocks, plus the incredible, ever-growing back catalog of your launch program. Well, Andrews, I have discovered that you and the kids have begun a Wordle addiction. And you're trying to pull me in.
I don't know about addiction, but yes. Yeah, if you're watching live and you're in the chat, go ahead and try today's Wordle.
Okay.
Don't reveal it. So I actually started playing Wordle before it was bought by the New York Times.
Oh, so you're a Wordle OG.
Yeah. And then the New York Times bought it, and I created an account, but then I forgot to sign into it. So I only just started collecting stats again, but it was really funny. I did reintroduce it to the kids. Remy was doing it, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh yeah.
Bring it back.
And so when I did it, I would send in my results, and then I also sent it to a kids thread, and then whoever was up for trying it. Initially, Bella wasn't up for trying it, like over the years, but she has been recently. So the cool thing about Wordle is you don't want to like ruin it for everyone. And so I'm going to paste in the chat.
Because it's the same word for everybody.
Yeah. The daily one. Yes. So I just pasted my results in the chat. What it does is it uses emoji blocks to show where like you guessed a letter that didn't exist in the word. Yellow means that it is in the word, but in the wrong place. And green means it is in the word and it's in the right place. And so the goal is to just guess a 5-letter word that's not a plural and not a proper noun in less than 6 guesses.
So it's a map. It's a map that kind of reveals your effort and how you did without revealing the word.
And labels which Wordle it was so you can easily compare.
Oh, yeah.
So when I tried to encourage the kids to do it recently, Bella did, but hers came back, her like results came back without the title at the top. And I thought, what the heck? So I asked Abby, and she's like, yeah, I was wondering why it was taking her so long. And she was sitting there finding each of those emojis and building it out herself. So I showed her how to do the share option.
There you go.
And now she's using that, thankfully. But yeah, it's pretty fun.
Okay, all right. Now, do they ever have any,
Absolutely. Other versions?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a country version. There's a
like any
state,
theme?
capital.
Oh, they do. They have
there's a
themed versions?
Worldle that Dylan played for a couple years that he is so good at because he just knows all the geographies. But yeah, Worldle.
Oh, yeah. They got a whole series of games on here.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
There's a ton.
Look at them go.
Yeah. I don't have time for more than just Wordle. So.
Jeez, yeah. Okay. Well, I want to know, so boost it and let us know.
Did you try it, though?
Well, I was going to try it right now, but it looks very confusing to try live for the first time on air. Yeah.
Just throw a 5-letter word in there.
Okay.
Don't say what word, though.
Okay. Now what do I do?
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Okay. His first... Okay, this is a little bit of a cheat, but... Okay, it's there. If you're watching the live stream, his first guess, no shock, was farts. All right.
Okay, it looks like I got an S.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was going to say, yep.
Okay, so now what am I supposed to just keep going? Like I just keep going?
Yeah, you just put in another guess.
They all have to be words that are 5 letters?
Yes. No. What were you even trying to...
This is never going to happen on the live air. I tried to do Biggie, but I realized it has to be 5 letters every time. I wanted to just fill out it with a whole bunch of things and have it go.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Just set an AI up.
Biggie isn't a word. Biggie's a word.
No, it needs a Y.
Okay.
Not an E.
How about bigger? Bigger's not a word?
No, that's biger. Bigger has 2 G's.
It's all right. It's
All right.
Okay, well, let us know if you do the Wordle or any other daily games. Have you gotten sucked into the daily game? You can tell us. Admit it right here to your friends. We won't judge. Send us a boost, support the show, and we'll talk about it on a future launch. Okay, now, appropriate to the show's name, let's talk about the Artemis II launch. Artemis II launched on April 1st. It wasn't a fool, and they're on a 10-day journey. I think as we record right now, it's day 5. 4 astronauts are on board. And they are Reed Weissman, the commander, Victor Glover, the pilot, Christina Koch, the mission specialist, and Jeremy Hansen, the mission specialist, also the first Canadian set to travel to the moon. Mm-hmm. Pretty neat. The primary mission is the astronauts will just verify the functionality of the spacecraft, its life support systems. Deep space missions are very tricky, and they need to make sure everything's working. A lot of automated systems that they'll be overseeing, testing key functions, taking a lot of photos, and then doing interviews and whatnot along the way, and hitting a lot of tech issues, which we're going to get into. But let's start with the journey itself. It's been, I think one of the more interesting things about these more modern ones is just about every damn moment is live streamed.
Integrity Houston, you ready for the event?
Houston Integrity, we are ready for the event.
ABC News, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call Integrity for a voice check.
Integrity, this is Gio Benitez at ABC News. How do you hear me?
A bit of a delay.
Outstanding. We have you loud and clear. How about us?
I hear you loud and clear, and I truly cannot believe it. You are quite literally on the way to the moon right now. And
so they sit here and they just do these kind of news agency after news agency talks to them. And it was all pretty boring. I'll link to the entire thing. It's only about 20 minutes. Then at the end of this really rather generic, boring Q&A, there is an intense, unexpected moment that was shared that I hadn't heard a lot about.
It's in great shape, and we feel like everything's going really smoothly. But on our way to the translunar injection burn inside of 20 minutes, we did get a warning message that, emergency message for cabin leak suspected, which grabs your attention because this is right when you're coming through some of the higher density orbits and you might run into something. And, you go from 20 minutes to doing this burn where you're going to head to the moon to thinking about, are we going to cancel this burn, start getting in our spacesuits, and then trying to figure out how to get home in a day or less. And luckily, it was just a little anomaly, and the Houston helped us out. They confirmed they were seeing good cabin pressure, as were we on board, and we did the burn, and now we're on our way to the moon, feeling good about Integrity. She's a good ship.
So the capsule they're in is called Orion. And they were on their way, indeed, to the moon. And along that way, there were some classic tech issues. Of course, the one everybody's probably heard about was the 2 Outlooks issue. Mm-mm. Oh, this is good, Ange. This is classic tech support, and only it's tech support in space.
And then I also see that I have 2 Microsoft Outlooks, and neither one of those are working. If you want to run in and check Optimus on those 2 Outlooks, that would be awesome.
Like, what Outlooks?
All right, we will join in on your PCD, and we'll let you know when we're done.
Yeah,
like
so
email?
They're running them. They have Microsoft Surface tablets up there.
Oh my gosh!
And they're using Outlook. 2 days later or so, I'm tuning in the live stream. Still doesn't have his Outlook working, and he's having to email his kids on somebody else's Outlook account.
Oh my gosh!
But then we all can relate to this next issue. I think a lot of people can relate to the Outlook issue, but I think we can all relate, even if you don't use Outlook. You can relate to the frustrations of pairing Bluetooth, and also in space, that's an issue.
Integrity for ECG. No joy seeing the device in the list of available devices when I attempt to repair it after doing the Bluetooth forget.
There you go. So she couldn't have. So she's having Bluetooth issues. Then this morning they were having SD card issues on one of their tablets. Pretty funny. But that stuff's the distraction. The real thing was sort of making history. On April 6th, if they flew further away from Earth than any mission has ever before it. And we have the moment where NASA lost contact for that 40-minute window while they go around the moon. It's kind of an interesting moment and probably a little scary for everyone involved.
Just about a minute and a half now until we lose communication with the astronauts aboard Orion on the Artemis II mission.
So
5 days and 6 minutes since their launch on April 1st.
As they go around, at certain points, the moon is pretty big, but not often larger than, say, a base or a basketball held out at arm's length from you. That's about how big the moon was for them.
Mm-hmm.
So they lose connection with Artemis. While they've lost connection, the crew turns off all the lights in the capsules. They break out all of their cameras. They start taking pictures, including even their iPhones. They're taking pictures with their iPhones. They're taking pictures with like these big lenses and all of that. And it's interesting to hear them when they come back from being around on the other side.
Integrity crew, on April 15th, 1970, during the Apollo 13 mission, 3 explorers set the record for the farthest distance humans have ever traveled from our home planet. At that time, over 55 years ago, Lovell, Swigert, and Hayes flew 248,655 statute miles away from Earth. Today, for all humanity, you're pushing beyond that frontier. Integrity, over to you.
Yeah, from the cabin of Integrity here as we surpass the furthest distance humans have ever traveled from planet Earth. We do so in honoring the extraordinary efforts and feats of our predecessors in human space exploration. We will continue our journey even further into space before Mother Earth succeeds in pulling us back to everything that we hold dear. But we, most importantly, choose this moment to challenge this generation and the next to make sure this record is not long-lived.
Sound of history, more than 250,000 miles from where we are right now. Senior national correspondent Mark Strassman is...
So that's pretty neat. I mean, it's nice to break records like that, try to put out a call there. So I think the record was...
248,000.
Was that? I was trying to look, or was it 252?
Well, no, that's the new record.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty neat. And now they are headed back to Earth. They've done their job. Well, they're continuing to do their job. I was listening to several little activities they're doing this morning, just as general systems tests. Pretty generic, boring stuff, but stuff they have to do just to make sure everything's working.
Good morning to you, Gail. And we should see some new and extraordinary pictures from space later today. This was an instance where NASA downplayed any suspense in the moment, but I think the rest of us felt it at least a little bit. The capsule on the far side of the moon about to lose line of sight with Earth, and that would mean 40 minutes of radio silence.
Houston copies. We'll see you on the other side.
This extraordinary view is Earthsat, our planet dropping below the lunar horizon.
It's a privilege to witness you carrying the fire past our side of the street. Thank you. Godspeed.
All communication was also about to drop. Pilot Victor Glover.
And all of you down there on Earth and around Earth, we love you.
For 40 minutes, nothing. The crew on the moon's far side could talk only to each other. Then came Earthrise, the planet reappearing above the lunar horizon. Mission Control could hear their astronauts again.
And it is so great to hear from Earth again.
And tell Earth what that experience was like, especially when the questions came during a congratulatory call from President Trump.
What was your feeling when you had no communication? A little bit different, perhaps.
I said a little prayer, but then I had to keep rolling. I was actually recording scientific observations of the far side of the moon. We were busy up here working really hard, and I must say, it was actually quite nice.
Earlier, the crew proposed naming 2 lunar craters, one poignantly for Commander Reed Wiseman's late wife, Carol. She died of cancer in 2020.
And it's a bright spot on the moon. And we would like to call it Carol. And you spell that Carrorll.
I think his wife died at the age of 46.
Mission Control was hushed. The crew hugged. It was a day in space that ran a range of emotions and otherworldly experiences.
The surprise of the day, we just came out of an eclipse, and the entire dark moon about that big right out the window that we were watching. We could see the corona of the sun, and then we could see the planet train line up. And all of us commented how excited we are to watch this nation and this planet become a 2-planet species.
There you go. Pretty exciting. Pretty good stuff. I mean, I'd go on that ride. I would. So the crew did make contact. They're back. They're on their way. I think they land on day 10, so it'll be just before next week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what you'd have to eat, Andrews, if you went on that trip. Are you ready?
Oh, boy.
They say that what they really target is, no surprise here, shelf-stable items.
Yeah.
And they have 189 different shelf-stable items, and there's no fridge on board.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so they're freeze-dried.
I mean, it's you just tell. Okay, so it's not going to be good, but I do have a little bit of a visual here that we'll link in the show notes that shows you they have 5 different hot sauces. They do have maple syrup on board. They have a chocolate spread.
Oh, okay.
Which appeared to actually be Nutella because I saw a jar of Nutella floating.
Oh.
So I think it's Nutella.
That's funny.
They got peanut butter. They got spicy mustard, strawberry jam, honey, cinnamon, and almond butter. But here's the most common food items. I'd be curious if you could make this work. Tortillas.
Of course.
Wheat flatbread.
Meh.
Vegetable quiche.
Yes.
Oh, I'm off right there. Breakfast sausage I'm on board with. Mango salad.
Mm-hmm.
Couscous with nuts. Am I saying that right?
Couscous.
Couscous, thank you. I don't know about couscous.
I don't either.
Granola with blueberries. All right, I could do that. Almonds, cashews, barbecued beef brisket? No way.
Yeah. They're eating like kings.
Broccoli au gratin, spicy
Yes.
green beans, macaroni and cheese, tropical fruit salad, butternut squash, and
I bought
cauliflower.
some broccoli au gratin.
Yeah, they got a lot.
Oh, man.
5 of the products are Canadian, and there is a total of 58 tortillas on board. So there you go. That's what you'd have to eat if you want. I'd eat that. I could eat most of that. I think I'm probably out on the vegetable quiche. Now, you want to give me an egg quiche, you got me back on board again.
Well, if it has cheese in it, I'll eat it. That's the way I see it.
Huh. All right, so none of that would be a deal breaker for you? You'd do it? Would
No,
you go?
that's all normal food.
Would you go?
No.
Really?
Yeah, no. No, that air leak would have freaked me out. Like, I would
man.
believe it and I would abort.
Oh, God. That would be the most stressful thing is oxygen, something oxygen related.
Yeah.
Breathing related.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
So, like,
I'm not that big of a risk taker.
Right now, their toilet's getting really full. And so they have to, like, ration peeing. And it took them something like, what did they say on the radio? Was it like 14 hours to dump 11% of their black tank into space? And I can tell you, as somebody who has some black tank experience, when you're only putting the solids in the tank, that's a nightmare for emptying that tank.
I don't understand, because if space is a vacuum, why is it not just sucking it out?
Well, I think there's like a storage tank, and then when they got it, they blow it out into space.
But it takes 14 hours? I mean,
That
there's no
doesn't
way
make-
that they're creating that much waste. Like,
Maybe it's some sort of low power macerator. I couldn't tell you. Well, 5 people.
again, it's a vacuum of space.
5 people will fill up a black tank. Let me tell you what. They will do it in about 3 days. But if you make them pee out into space, so I think what they have to do is I think they have to go, number 1, into a bag. And then I think they have a nozzle that they hook the bag up to, and then it vents it into space. And that's so, but NASA's been planning this out, and they call this option the Hail Mary option when they have to like limit the use of the toilet. But they're afraid that the thing's going to be too full by the time they're returning to Earth and going through the atmosphere, and it'll be too heavy.
Huh.
That's where we're at right now. And I guess something's going on with the dumper, and they can't get it out into space fast enough. If you know more, please do let us know. Inquiring minds want to know. I also have visual guides to the machinery and all of that in the show notes, and a bit more on the crater Carol after Reed Wiseman's late wife, which I thought was a nice, touching moment. So,
Ooh,
yeah,
that's a good point.
What's that?
How could it be too heavy? That mass is already in the spacecraft, right? Like it is. There's no new weight being introduced anywhere.
How? Yeah, but that's what you heard them say it on the thing this morning.
I mean, they're wrong.
Well, they must not be.
How? Or
I
maybe,
don't know how.
Or maybe they just anticipated releasing X pounds of waste.
Yeah, maybe the problem is that it's because they did specifically call out how slow it was churning through the tank backlog.
Yeah, that must be it.
So they just planned to dump more poo into space, and it didn't work out.
Also, Bite Bitten says law of momentum, it would push the craft or slow it down, right? Like it could go either way. I imagine that they have some sort of trap door, right? Like you put the stuff in, or like what do they call it? Like between so that you could open it to the suction
Well,
of
of
space.
course, an airlock.
Yeah, an airlock. Yes, thank you.
Now, here's what you do, right, is you got a tank, and you put everything in there. You get an airlock, like you're saying, and then you squirt a little bit of compressed air into that sucker, into that tank.
Not oxygen.
Just some air, and then you open up that door.
Right.
It all just blows right out into space. That's how I dump my tanks. That's
Into space?
Yeah, that's how I would do it.
Now's the time. It's the song of the week. Remember, you can boost the track. They sure like that.
Yeah, they do. And our artist this week is The Retrograde. They're back, and this is their first single, I Need a Little, off their debut album, That's the Spirit.
I pick the feelings in
Just gonna make a quick call to my launch. I haven't checked in since yesterday. 774-462-5667. That's it. All right. 774-462-5667. Call now.
I think, Andrews, our first caller this week could be our flat earther correspondent.
Ooh.
Not that they necessarily want to be, but I think they could be.
Okay.
Hello, friends. I'm listening to the MZ Nests and Pleasure Chests. Great name, by the way. We'll see thing. And Chris, you said a thing that I took exception to, and it was related to the space thing. And you said it was flat. I assume you meant Earth's flat, and that made me mad. And then it made me real mad because I remembered this dumb story I'm going to tell you, where all of my friends at work, we were hanging out before COVID, and we would get Groupon deals. At least one of them would.
Oh, yeah, Groupon.
And when you get a Groupon deal, at least the place we were going to, you have to give a group name. And so they would give my name, the tech support penguin, or the Sippy penguin, whichever one, but my actual name that you don't get to know yet, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And they would say it's the Sippy Penguins Flat Earth Society. And I hate the Flat Earth. Why would they do that? It's because they're my friends. They like seeing me suffer. And so, yeah. Anyway, fun facts. Flat Earth is stupid. Anyway, have fun.
Well, then maybe you're our perfect flat Earth correspondent. We need a skeptic.
Hello, launch crew. It is the City Penguin once more. And I just called in about the flat Earth thing. But then I was listening to Editor Drew talk about TPAPs and how they make your hair not a travesty after you, wear it.
Yeah, brother.
And I didn't realize this, but I got a CPAP like a year ago after needing it for like the last 5. And I realized when listening to Editor Drew that I actually solved this problem like 7 years ago.
Oh.
By shaving my head. It was falling out.
That would do it.
That, well, you can't fire me, I quit. So I just got rid of it all.
Okay.
So,
okay.
If you wear a CPAP and you don't want to worry about having a bad hair day, just shave your head. I mean, that's worked really well for me. I have a really nice shaped head, apparently. I don't know what that means exactly. I'm still not sure. But, food for thought.
You think that'd work for me, Ange?
I was just going to challenge you to shave your head. I know you won't. Your hair is so important to you, which I totally understand. My hair is important to me, too.
I don't think I could shave it. No.
No, I don't think so. Not everybody has a head for shave.
I don't think I do, yeah. I just don't think it would look good at all. I think I would be very sad. But I have fantasized about it. And when I was a young lad, a couple of times in the, elementary school age, I did go with the shaved head a couple of times. All right. So our next call, I think, is from listener Joe, and he has some chicken tips, which I need.
Hey, Chris and Angela. IR Joe from mid-Michigan. I just heard you talking about chickens on Unplugged, and I've had chickens for about 10 years in my little neighborhood in the subdivision. I love them. Been through like 3 or 4 rounds of raising chicks. I always just use a heat lamp in the garage, and they turn out fine. Definitely, they're the best eggs you'll ever have.
I switched to a Brooder heat pad, which I like a lot more than the heat lamp myself. But I know a lot of the heat lamps work forever. Mm-hmm. But I think it's a little safer, and it's a little bit. It allows them to regulate their temperature a bit more without having to have a bright light on them all the time.
Do you want to provide a little update for how the chicks are doing?
They're doing great. They've doubled in size, and this weekend we think we identified 2 of them as roosters, which we thought we had all hens.
Right.
So I did the right thing, went and picked up 2 more hens. So now we have 2
really?
more hens.
Are they Dylan's?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
did he get to choose them?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. He got to pick them out, and he picked some cute ones, including one that's going to lay sapphire eggs or something like that. I don't know.
Ooh, cool.
And so we kind of like had a window of time, right? When they're about a week old, you could still kind of introduce a couple more chicks, and it's not a big deal. I think. I'm hoping. So far, it seems to be good. I also switched them to this pecking thing for water, so they have to peck this stem, and man, do they love that. Anything they can peck that's productive, they love that. And I gave them their first slug. Oh, boy. That was good times. And once we identified the 2 roosters, it really kind of made sense, just their behavior, the way they kind of are defensive. And so we've been working hard to make sure we socialize them and all of that. But I think Joe called back with another chicken hack.
It's IR Joe again from Mid-Michigan. Another chicken story. I keep mine in a hoop house made with bent top rails from chain link fence. And it's covered completely with chicken wire, so nothing gets to it from above, nothing gets to it from the sides. And in the winter, I cover it in plastic and never had a heat lamp in there at all. And gets down below 20 degrees up here. So
wow,
I say that's fine. Well, talk to you later.
Okay, so when it comes to the chicken coop, I can only do so much. So I've secured some wood and framed it out and bolted it to a cement pad where the chicken coop's going to be set up. But that's kind of like the extent of what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are working with a carpenter to build the rest, but we're kind of building it with stuff we have around the farm, and then we're going to custom build the coop. We'll see. But the one thing we're going to actually spend some money on, it's like $250, is it's called like the auto egger or something like this.
Oh,
and
is it what you showed us last week?
No, it's cheaper.
Oh, okay.
And it's probably just as good, I hope. And all it does is it's a place for the chickens to crap their eggs out. But then it has this gentle system where the eggs drop down into this compartment and then they roll out into the back. And then they just have this little hatch and all the eggs are right there. So the roosters can't peck at them and they don't break. And it's like this auto egg delivery system. And you come out behind and just boop, 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 pick up all the eggs.
Wow.
So then we're going to build a hen house around that.
Nice.
All right. So we have, I think this might be the same color as earlier. I'm not sure because it got labeled as semi-penguin. So we either have sissy penguin
Semi.
or semi-penguin. I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's find out.
Hey, what's up, launch crew? It's the semi-penguin.
Okay. There you go.
Actually, I don't know if I've ever said where I'm from. I'm going to keep that a secret for now.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm calling in, I don't know, like 12 hours after my last call. Because weirdly enough, maybe not weirdly enough, maybe it's intensive. I couldn't get through. I was busy, so maybe someone else was leaving a message.
Oh,
but I was going to call in about one piece of the segment of the most, not the 31st, or whatever the thing is before the yesterday. So yeah, 31st of March. Before that episode, the one before that. Someone had asked about the, let's say, financial stuff, JB. And it made me think, or I guess maybe it got me thinking, when it comes to like revenue streams and such, I guess like what does it look like for like, I really asked my question, but basically like what revenue streams do you guys have, if you're willing to talk about it, which, I totally understand. But I know like people like to talk about like kind of, they kind of like take shots in line as Sebastian from LTT. I personally enjoy most of the content they put out. But one thing I've always appreciated about him and also Phil Rico is that they've been very like prevalent in terms of, hey, we're very adamant about diversifying your revenue streams and like, don't just rely on YouTube and don't just rely on Patreon or whatever. Basically, if something is going to go out from under you, you're going to at least have some other way of making money. And it just got me thinking if you guys have like thought about that as well. You're doing it already as far as like, aside from the subscriptions, the boost.
Well, I like where he got cut off, but I like where Semi's head is at because we need somebody like that. He can come in and be our CEO of Swag. Can we call it that? Can we call him the CEO of Swag?
Yeah.
I was rudely interrupted by the voice, which I guess technically it's not really rude because I think it doesn't say that it's going to be 2 minutes, but you guys have, so that's okay.
All right. Oh, now you got cut off again. All right, Semi, call back. Sorry, you got cut off again. All right, okay. But to answer your question, yeah, of course, diversification's it's mostly between memberships, boosts, and sponsorships, but I'd love to have some swag going and things like that. Now, Sydney calls in. I think it's Sydney. I have to ask Majel. Producer Majel labeled these. They have, okay, let's play. We'll see. Semi, it's Semi again, isn't it?
Yo, what up?
No.
This is the Sydney Penguin.
Okay, it is.
And I think I'm calling like 2 days after our most recent call or last call, and
Okay, buddy.
I think I figured out that it looks like this is like, I guess, rate limiting. Either way, I don't know exactly where I left off. It was something about diversifying revenue streams. I'm not an expert. I don't own a business, but I'm always very curious to know like how you guys are doing it at JB and like what different revenue streams you guys have looked at. I mean, basically just to make yourself successful. I know you guys are doing the ads at the beginning, and beginning. I'm not a fan, but like I also understand, and I'm totally willing to listen to them and support because I love what you guys do. So yeah, keep up the great work, and I think it's everything. I don't know, maybe I'm sure I think I've like 7 things.
Well, thank you for calling. Thank you for calling back. I think we answered his question, right?
Yeah.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Crashmaster calls in, and I asked for what people think about some of the AI coverage we've done recently, just to take the temperature.
Hi, Chris and Angela. Hey, Chris, you asked us to give you a call about what we thought about AI coverage. This is Crashmaster from Connecticut, by the way. Sorry about that. I think your AI coverage has been great. Not overwhelming at all. It's been practical applications. I love it. I think you're doing a fantastic job. Keep up the great work as usual. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you, sir. Oh, I got cut off again, too. But we appreciate it. It's nice to hear from you, Crashmaster.
Mm-hmm.
You ready for our last caller today, Andrews?
Yep.
This here is Mark, and he's going to hit on a few topics, from chicken feeders to open claw. Take it away, Mark.
Hey, Chris and Andrews. Mark from Northern Michigan calling back in. Hopefully this sounds better because I'm sitting at my office in my home.
Yeah, way better.
On an actual phone. Anyhow, follow up on chickens. One trap to not get into. You can go down lots of rabbit holes. But one of the simplest things we found for keeping your chickens fed, we bought a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket. I got on AliExpress, but you can get them on Amazon. But you can get these feeder things that it even comes with a drill. You pop 4 holes into your 5-gallon bucket, and you screw these in, and you kept it filled with food, and they can go in and peck at it whenever they want to eat.
They love that.
Anyhow, that's a cool way of doing it. Then we just got a waterer that holds 5 gallons of water. That way we don't have to be out there filling it every day.
Yeah.
On AI note, I just installed OpenClaw this weekend on my home lab, and oh my, was that a chore. I can't access it without doing an SSH tunnel with a code. It's not as easy as all the YouTubers say it is because they all use VBSs. But if you guys can do that on Linux Unplugged in the future, kind of some walkthroughs on what your team did to get things going locally, that would be helpful. Later.
Okay, kind of sounds like maybe you didn't run the setup wizard. So what you're experiencing there is, of course, there's like a token that you need in order to activate that admin interface. So I think what's happening is you're restricted to localhost only at the moment. That's why you're having to do an SSH tunnel. It doesn't sound right. I think something went sideways there. But I could be wrong. Just based on my read, though, it doesn't sound like it's quite set up right. But you can go SSH in and run the OpenClaw setup wizard again and walk through that and authenticate like one of your chat apps through their first-time run wizard. And hopefully that will help. Thank you very much for the call. Appreciate it.
Well, I'm just going to make a quick call to my launch. I haven't checked in since yesterday. 774-462-5667. That's it. All right. 774-462-5667. Call now.
You're doing a good job.
And it is time for some Boost Andrews. Not a super long segment.
And now it is time for Le Boost.
Turd Ferguson comes in with a row of Mick ducks.
Turd Ferguson!
This old duck still got it.
Turd says, the most important thing when raising chickens, when a rooster is absent, you must assert dominance and become the rooster. Bite them on the back of the neck. Wake them up in the morning and get them working. I've never owned chickens, but it's worked for my dogs.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, is this legit?
I don't think so.
Wow.
Plus, I turned out 2 roosters. 2 roosters. So we'll see. If anybody has any rooster tips, let me know how that goes. And our next and last boost, I think I should give a live shout to, I think Adversary 17 came in with 5,151 sats, but they didn't get marked for this episode. So there could be a sneaky acknowledgement for adversaries in there. Morpheus Sausage came in with 5,972 sats. Chicken Boost. If you ever hurt these birds, I'll fly to the beautiful Pacific Northwest and it will not be so beautiful anymore.
Oh my gosh.
I think they like chickens. I think we love the chickens. It's stupid. I didn't think, I thought they'd be fun. I just, now I'm annoyed with how much I like the chickens.
Yeah.
Because I know something eventually is going to happen to one of them.
I know.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
I've been worried about that.
So far, they're all healthy.
For the girls.
Yeah, I know. I'm worried about it for me, too. They might handle it better than I am because I tell you what, it's so sad.
Yeah.
So
well, they
adorable.
went through with the neighbors' chickens.
Yeah.
They went through the life cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you, everybody who did boost. We had one person stream. We stacked 1,520 sats. And we had 2 people boost. And we stacked 29,714 sats.
Lowered expectations.
It's all right. Keep fighting for now. We keep fighting for now. Show's on the ropes, but we keep fighting for now. Maybe what it is, it's my bad. We haven't made people enough money.
Chris found a gem, an easy flip. Let's cash it in. It's barely standing, kind of scary, but potential's extraordinary. Just trust me, it's a winner. Just trust me, it's a winner.
This one's really just unlimited possibilities. That's what I truly love about it. 4 beds, 2 baths, 1,779 square feet, built in 1750,
Ooh.
a half an acre in Massachusetts. It's on a hill with some farmland, and they're only asking $660,000. It has no electricity, no running water, no heat, and the interior has been lovingly curated all the way down to the studs. It's not an open floor plan.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a court-ordered floor plan. The listing says restoration is, quote, required, and that's why it has unlimited possibilities. You're not buying a house. You're adopting a situation. It has a studio. It has a barn. It also has a walk score of 2 out of 100 for its town, so it's more like a survivability rating than it is a walkability score. The thing that's funny about it, though, is from the outside, it's got a nice sun deck area, backyard. Looks like a nice country farmhouse. And as you scroll down, you realize there's nothing inside. No walls, no drywall.
I would get it.
And finish it up, right?
Yeah.
But it's $660,000.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And
It is huge,
the other
too.
2 buildings
Studio.
have promise.
Yep. Yeah, you could live in the studio while you're refurbing on the house.
Yeah.
So that's something. And then you get a barn too.
But why? Why is this court ordered?
I think it must have been like a mold situation or something.
Huh.
Yeah, they don't tell you that when
There's
they're
just
trying
no
to.
drywall. It's just studs.
Okay, so the next one is for those of you that like drywall, but you just want to get your tidy on. This one has 4 beds, 3 baths, 2,180 square feet, I think, something like that. 2,180 square feet, something like that. It was built in 1971, 1.4 acres in Connecticut. It's got a driveway. That's something. It does have a car, has a garage. And a septic tank. I don't know if it's operational.
I don't see the driveway.
They only want $350,000.
Oh.
It's almost reasonable until you realize that the town has declared it as uninhabitable, and the interior looks less like a home and more like a landfill that's making eye contact with you. It does have 2 fireplaces.
Yeah.
It also has a walk score of 0, which is freakonomically bad. Like, I don't even know how that's functioning, how you have a walk score of 0. But yeah, the real winner for this one is the entire inside is a landfill.
It comes with a car.
It does, because you got to get through the garbage to get to the car. There's very little floor space. It looks like a lot of toilet paper, too.
Yeah.
Which, that's something else.
Yeah.
It's one thing when it's like boxes and stuff, but that's toilet paper. Yeah, the car is totally walled in by garbage. The living room's completely destroyed by garbage. I think the kitchen? Yeah, that's the kitchen. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And I've seen some bad ones, too.
Yeah.
Really,
it's not quite hoarder, though. It literally is
it's just a garbage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Why not invest to clean it up? to get a higher price.
Well, because they can still ask for $350,000, I guess.
It's weird.
Yeah. But if it's got, this one at least has drywall.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, we move on to my dream compound. Nothing wrong with this one, other than I could never afford it.
Oh, my goodness.
3 beds, 2 baths.
Oh, it's a log cabin.
Built in 2024, 2,928 square feet. Yes, the outside is indeed a log cabin.
Love it.
$1.8 million, basically $1.9 million.
Not affordable?
No, not affordable at all. But it does have a giant shop, a guest cabin, a greenhouse that's a dome house, which I love, 2 creeks on the property. It borders a state island. It has high-speed internet and a concrete bunker.
Yeah.
It's got a concrete bunker.
It also has a hot tub, solar panels, a view of the forest.
Yeah. It is absolutely one of the most gorgeous properties we've ever seen. I also have a soft spot for log cabins.
Yeah.
Especially log cabins with a hot tub, a shop, a garage, solar power, high-speed fiber internet, and 2 creeks on the property.
Yeah, the garage.
and a bunker.
Yeah, you could totally park the RV in that garage.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I know. They also have
the kitchen is underwhelming, though.
They have
But
cool LED lighting in there, but I agree.
Functional.
Otherwise, the kitchen is too small.
yeah, it's weird, but it's fine.
The rest is all perfect, though. It was so beautiful. Big log cabin windows. And it has a secret red LED lit hallway down to a bunker, which
I'm not there yet. I'm going. Oh.
I'm always pro bunker. You know me. Just handy. Why not? And you see how the bunker even has like a skylight? And I don't know if you've gotten there yet, but the dome farm, they have an indoor greenhouse that is a dome that looks like it's something to be on Mars.
Well, okay, so the basement has a window to the outside because it's like stepped on a hill or something.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool.
Oh,
huh?
wow. Did you see that control center down there?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
You got to get down to that greenhouse. I just think that
I'm
greenhouse
getting there.
is so cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
That's
it
all
literally
Victron.
is. The whole thing is a dome. I imagined it a structure with. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just looking at the basement of the house, not the
Right.
bunker.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, the basement of the house is equipped with a almost 200 amp, 240 volt Victron setup. So it's fully off grid, and it has about you could power any appliances in a regular house with their off grid system. This is incredible.
How fun.
And the cabin too is adorable. It's got a cabin. That, I don't know.
There's a little cabin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a little cabin there. Huh?
With an almost better kitchen.
Yeah, it is almost better. I just think that's one of the neatest properties we've ever seen. If you've got almost $2 million.
Oh, there's a little bridge.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's 2 creeks. You're going to have a couple of bridges. Yeah.
Nice.
This is a full-on family compound is what it is. So, you're investing in not a house. You're really investing in what you could consider a final form,
Mm-hmm.
And it's for those of you who are also tired of your neighbors. You don't want to be around your neighbors because it's got a ton of property. 95 acres.
Crazy.
In Idaho.
That's way too much.
Yeah. Nobody around you. And it's got a bunker and you got property. So you turn that around, you Airbnb out the cabin, you kick back a little bit to your buddies here at the launch. Hey, remember, we want to know if you have any daily games that you play. It's a great way to support the show with a boost. And you can comment on anything we've talked about. And I do need your chicken tips, especially for roosters. Links,
Thai sweet chili sauce.
Yeah, what about it?
That's the chicken tip.
Oh, my God. Oh.
It was Cheap Chicken Monday yesterday. It's so good in that sweet chili sauce.
It is that sweet. I do love sweet chili sauce. All right, weeklylaunch.rocks. That's the website. Links to what we talked about, all of that. We'll be live next Tuesday, or catch us in your podcast app on a Wednesday. All right? From the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast. Thanks for listening. We'll see you back here on the launch next week.